Hey, hold on, man. Caitlin Clark might be the greatest player in women's basketball, dog. Hold on, man. You know how good you have to be to play in a position that you don't necessarily play in and still win MVP? Are you kidding me? What in the world, dog?
That reaction tells you everything. This wasn't just hype, it was proof. What happened in Puerto Rico was not supposed to happen at this level. Winning tournament MVP while being used out of position in 4 out of 5 games is extremely rare.
Standing in front of us.
We gotta take a look at this, man. Hold on.
The TISO MVP of the tournament is none other at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournament here in Puerto Rico.
But Caitlin Clark made it look completely normal. Here's what actually happened at the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying tournament in San Juan. USA Basketball tried a different approach. They took the best point guard in women's basketball and shifted her to small forward, not just for one game, but for most of the tournament. Even with that change, she still controlled everything. In Game 1 against Mexico on January 23rd, she played her natural position and delivered 17 points on 80% shooting along with
made an instant impact during her first senior footsteps with USA. San Juan, Puerto Rico, Caitlin Clark of USA has been named TISO MVP at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2026 qualifying tournament in San Juan. Making her eagerly anticipated senior tournament debut for her country, Clark lived up to the billing by delivering an excellent display for the reigning champions. Taking USA to a 5-0 clean sweep.
12 assists for a double-double. That was the version everyone recognizes. Then the coaching staff decided to change things. In Game 2 against Puerto Rico, she was moved to the 3 spot. She finished with 8 points, shooting 33% overall and 20% from deep. The offense looked slower and less organized, but her response in other areas stood out. She added 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block, adjusting her entire game to fit an unfamiliar role. In Game 3 against Italy, still playing small forward, she scored 12 points on 80% shooting, hit 66% from 3.
Played Puerto Rico, and I think this game was so sluggish. Now, the thing is, she played her position in the first game, and then all of a sudden we started putting her at the 3. This is why this is crazy, man. This is why this is crazy. Now, she was playing at the 3 in this game. She had 8 points in this one, 33%, 20 from the 3. Had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So the defense was piped up in this game. I remember going crazy about the defense in this game, but the offense was very sluggish, and she didn't shoot that well in this game, right? Now we go back. We played Italy, and I think she looked way better in this game. Let me see, Caitlin, 12 points, 80% from the field, 66 from the 3, had 5 assists, also had 5 turnovers in this one, though. But even with those 5 turnovers, she was kind of like, at the end, she threw one way out just to throw it to Paige. She wasn't caring about the turnovers.
And added 5 assists. Her efficiency returned despite still being out of position. The key detail many missed was her impact on the scoreboard. She had the best plus-minus on the team, meaning when she played, USA controlled the game, and when she sat, it became much closer. Looking at the full tournament numbers makes it even clearer. Caitlin led Team USA in efficiency rating at 14.6 and finished second in scoring with 11.6 points per game on 52.9% shooting. Most importantly, she led the entire tournament with 6.4 assists per game, while guarding wings, moving off the ball, and playing like a forward.
So, MVP at the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup 2021. That's right, y'all read it correctly. This is not her first MVP. This is her second MVP. Man, she might be the greatest player ever, dog. This is crazy. She posted the best average efficiency for her team. 14.6 was the second best score for the USA with 11.6 points, 52.9% shooting. Oh my goodness. and recorded a tournament best 6.4 assists. Come on, dog. Feeding everybody. You get a score. You get a score. You get the score. Oprah with the pass, baby. Now Clark will look to lead the way in the backcourt again when the USA land in Berlin this September and tip off their...
She still created more opportunities for teammates than anyone else. Compare that to players like Kelsey Plum, whose role is scoring, or Angel Reese, who dominates rebounding. Caitlin led in both efficiency and playmaking while operating outside her natural position. That reflects a very high level of basketball IQ. Even the official FIBA report supported what everyone saw. They highlighted that Clark made her long-awaited senior debut and delivered a strong performance for the defending champions. This was her first senior international tournament since the 2021 U19 World Cup, where she also won MVP. That means this was her second international MVP.
We knew this about Caitlin, right? We knew this. Like, we were like, fam, if y'all put her on the 2024 Olympic team, she is going to do nothing but help the team win. We went over there and we struggled top to bottom with our guards. I mean, if it wasn't for Asia, we was not winning. Honestly, we was not winning the Olympics, right? Caitlin literally one of the best guards at the time, and people were mad that her fans, including myself, was saying she deserved to be on that roster, man. She has been balling, right? But they had all this other things going on in the background saying, oh, she needed to attend this, attend that. All right, cool, whatever. But we already knew if Caitlin joined the USA team, she was going to absolutely dominate. Hey, fam, let's take a look at this. Just look at this, man. She's top in efficiency, second in points. Angel got the rebounds. First.
In the 3 years between those events, she became the all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I history, led Iowa to back-to-back national championship games, was drafted first overall, won WNBA Rookie of the Year, and earned all WNBA first-team honors. Then she returned to international play and immediately won MVP again, showing consistent results at every level. This performance also raises questions about the 2024 Olympic roster decision. USA Basketball went to Paris without her, relying on experience and seniority instead. The guard play during that run was inconsistent, and the team often depended heavily on Aya Wilson to carry the load. At that time, Caitlin Clark was coming off a historic rookie season.
It's crazy, off the top. Like, she's second in points, but top dog in assists. Can y'all imagine if Caitlin was selfish? Can y'all imagine if Caitlin was all about getting hers? Fam, she would have 30 points every game. Man, this is nuts, man. This is nuts. Like, the top scorer, K-Cop, is a scorer. She's not looking to really facilitate. She's not really looking to pass the ball like that. But you have Caitlin Clark, who looks to pass first, looks to share that rock, and was looking a bit passive throughout the tournament. Looking like she was trying to hold something back, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I was looking at Caitlin and I was like, Caitlin looked like she's hesitant. She's not trying to really take over the game like that. It's almost like Caitlin wanted everybody else to shine. At this point, man, let's
watch Caitlin Clark's body language throughout this tournament, and it becomes clear it was all intentional. She was not forcing shots, and she was not playing like she had to prove something on every possession. At times, she looked extremely controlled, choosing to involve her teammates first and allowing the game to come naturally to her. In Game 5, her shooting was not great, yet she still walked away with MVP, which says everything about her approach. She had something to prove, but not in the loud or forced way many expected. Instead, she showed she can fit into any system, accept any role, and even sacrifice her usual style to benefit the team while still being the most impactful player on the floor. That goes beyond talent. It reflects maturity and decision-making that most players develop much later in their careers. The fan vote was open, meaning anyone could push support toward any player, and critics who have doubted her since college had every opportunity to shift the narrative. But even with that, she still won because her performance was too clear to ignore. Even those against her could not make a stronger case for anyone else. Now look ahead to the upcoming FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup, where USA Basketball will have to plan knowing she is no longer just a point guard on paper. She proved she can operate as a true two-way wing, defend, rebound, create for others, and score efficiently, making her one of the most valuable players on the roster. The international game is different from the WNBA, with a closer three-point line, wider spacing, and more physical play. Yet, she still dominated while playing out of position. When she returns to her natural role with full preparation and chemistry, she will be even more difficult to stop. But the biggest takeaway from Puerto Rico is not just the stats or the trophy. It is what she proved about her overall game. Everyone already knew she could score and pass. But this tournament showed she can adapt, sacrifice comfort, follow the system, and still control the entire game. That is what separates truly elite players from the rest. So when the question comes up about who the best player in women's basketball is right now, the answer is simple. Point to Puerto Rico. Point to an MVP performance, achieved while playing out of position. Point to a player who led the tournament in assists while operating off the ball. Point to someone who can lose her primary role and still dominate the game. Critics tried to take it away from her, but it did not matter because when the gap is this obvious, results speak for themselves and the message is clear.